Hey there, everybody. This is Adam Henry for my final research paper on my final topic and everything. As you can see, it's a big question mark because I didn't know what I was going to do for a very long time with it. I thought about doing Maria Taglioni. I thought she was pretty interesting. I thought about doing Master Juba as well, or maybe someone more recent such as Michael Jackson. All very good options, and there's tons of very good options out there. Another one I was very close to doing was actually the recent lift in and restriction, not so much ban, but I guess restriction you could say, of dancing in Japan. I thought all that was very interesting, but alas, throughout all my research, I don't know how I came across it, but it kind of caught my attention, and there's and there's a lot of history, and I wanted to go ahead and do it. So instead of doing something super serious like the other ones, I wanted to go a little bit funner with this. So I chose the chicken dance, which has a decent amount of history to it, actually, that I was pleased to see when I was doing it here. Sorry, there's not much of a video, it's really just the music here. But what you're listening to is actually the very first actually published and made version of the chicken dance by Bobby Setters, Cash, and Carey, and it was actually called Chip Chip, which which I'll go in a little bit more into. But the chicken dance. This is what I'm doing my final research paper on, and obviously my project on. I hope you all enjoy it, because I really did enjoy researching it, and it was, like I said, it sounded fun, so I wanted to do it, and it was a lot of fun. So let me stop that. Let me get more into it here. So it was created by this man here named Warner Thomas. He did it when he was in his 20s. He's from Switzerland. He's an accordion player, and something that was kind of interesting is he actually tended a lot of a flock of duck and geese. Oh, sorry if you hear my daughter over there. She's watching Frozen. He would often perform this song at hotels and restaurants and things like that, making some extra money. And from what I found, it looks like he also did some of the dancing too, but it was primarily about the song for a very, very long time. And again, I'll get a little bit more into that. And originally, it had nothing to do with chickens. The original version is actually called the Duck Dance or the Duck Song. There's 1,000 different iterations, but it really was primarily around a duck or just like a general bird. It really wasn't anything to do with chickens for a very long time. The song itself, he said he kind of developed it over time, and it just kind of molded, and people liked it, and he noticed people were kind of catching with it and everything, so he just kind of kept playing it and doing it, and well, obviously it worked out for him. So let's see here. The first big publication. So this guy, I'm going to totally butcher his name. I know it. Louis Julian van Remenant, I am assuming is how you say that. He came into the restaurant one time when the guy was playing his accordion, playing the song, and like other people, holy cow, my baby is loud right now. I'm sorry. She's happy though. She's happy. That's a good thing. Um, he heard the duck dance, and soon after he hired a band to produce the actual first big publication of the song to sell as a single. And the single was named Chip Chip. Now that's what I was just playing for you is the original actual publication. They went with a very electronica feel to it, which I think complemented the accordion pretty well. At first, Thomas Warner didn't actually like that, but it kind of grew on him over time. But this publication, it was a single. It was a huge success, sold over 1 million copies, and it was very, very, very popular for a while. But it didn't really change much for about an entire decade after that. Kind of got off the charts. I mean, people played it, but it just kind of fell out to the wayside because, I mean, it's a single, a one-hit wonder sort of thing, you know what I mean? And when we've seen them, they go and passed. So this is just a YouTube link on here just to the video that I just played. So for about 10 years or so, it was like that. It came out about the 70s. And so the next big push is from a man called Stanley Mill. That's why I kind of gave him his own little bullet point up there. Stanley Mill acquired the U.S. Publishing rights from Vernon Thomas. So Vernon Thomas was kind of no longer involved when everything came to the United States. Stanley Mills was making the money, he was producing it and doing things like that. The 1980s new version, the song was created by a band called De Electronica and was released under the name Dance Little Bird. It stayed on the charts for over 7 months. It wasn't number one, but it was on the top charts for a very long time. 7 months, that's definitely very good. And it started this is what really did the international successful push of the song. And I didn't know this in researching it. I've never heard lyrics. I've even listened to the song 1,000 times now. I still don't hear the lyrics in the song, but maybe it's just maybe I can't hear it, or maybe you're just supposed to sing to it. But I have down here the actual lyrics to the song. So as it's going, it says, "Hey, you're in the swing, you're clicking like a bird, you're flapping your wings, don't you feel absurd?" So you can kind of see how it goes with the song, and those were the official actual lyrics. Like I said, it was the next big push. It came to America, and that's when it really started to evolve into what we know of it today. Now, birds, ducks, where are the chickens? So nobody knows for sure who first coined it, because it's not something that someone like patented or went and like, hey, I'm turning this into the chicken dance and chicken song or anything like that. The most plausible version and idea that I can find actually comes from Oktoberfest, from Tulsa. I think it was Tulsa, Oklahoma is what it was, yeah. They wanted to dance to the song, and they were playing the song, and, it was a big success. Everyone liked it at Oktoberfest, but they didn't have any duck costume, so they got the closest that they could, which was a chicken costume, and they danced around in the chicken costume. So people there just kind of started calling it the chicken dance, and it kind of spread that way, because who's going to call it a dance little bird, right? So it just kind of molded into that. Again, there's other possibilities, but because nothing's officially on record, because it's kind of something people said, that's the most plausible explanation of to why it is a chicken dance and how it changed from birds and ducks and the different names that it had before that and what people called it before. So that was pretty cool. Now, the dance as it is today. As you can see, the dance continues to be a go-to party song for many people. It's very family-friendly. There's 1,000 different dances that people have to it, 1,000 different videos on YouTube that you can find of people dancing, dressing up as chickens, and doing all kinds of things. It's a party favorite. It's a family favorite. It's one of those things where it comes on, and you instantly know what it is. Everybody knows it, and they just go with it. It's super easy. It's not even very long. You could definitely see by hearing it of why it's such a hit and why it just doesn't go away, quite frankly, which is good because it's a great song. I mean, so Stanley Mills, anyway, he does continue to get money through it. Vernon Thomas, I didn't find any sources saying that Vernon Thomas still gets money from it, but at the same time, I don't see anything saying he doesn't get anything either from like the international success. Because again, the only thing I can find is that Stanley Mills owns the United States patents and publication of the song and dance. Again, that's all I could really find, though. Those details were a little bit fuzzy in there. So, yeah, I'm sure you've seen it. There was a McDonald's commercial that it was on, tons of CDs. Sporting events is played quite often, actually, at sporting events. But yeah, there it is. I hope you learned a little bit about the chicken dance. Not tons more for me to say on it. My paper goes a little bit more in depth, but this certainly hits the high points of the dance. Created by Vernon Thomas, and then brought to the United States and patented by Stanley Mills are kind of the two important takeaways from that. And the fact that it was originally called the Duck Dance, or the Duck Song, even. Just kind of depends on who you're talking to, I guess. Like I said, a lot of different names to it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you remember, and you all have a good day. Bye-bye.